So I know I just uploaded a short on YouTube about Little Nightmares trailer reaction, but I thought I'd just expand a little bit more. The things I got right were the circus parts of the trailer. It expanded on it a little bit, and obviously we saw the clowns in the Little Nightmares. I predict that the section would be in the middle game. I also predict that maybe the baby doll that we see in the trailer is going to have a big impact on the story. Now, I saw the trailer and obviously I scrolled down to the comments. I don't know how they get the names, but I think it may be because of the game, launching, and obviously them talking to the makers of these games. And no disrespect, but it's fun to get to know these characters, but it's also important to maybe enlighten the people who don't know. Obviously there are hardcore fans and casual fans like myself. Obviously the casual fans are not maybe well in tuned, or if they are, maybe they get it from YouTube or something like that. So I guess information is readily available anywhere. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm just saying that maybe they could have been marketing it better. I don't know. But again, I think that Little Nightmares is such an interesting concept to me. As I said, I'm very much a fan of anthological series. I think that it is one of the best ways to tell a story without having to connect, but also in the fact that the second one did have Easter eggs, and I do hope that in the third one we do have Easter eggs as well, linking back to the second one as well as the first one. And I'm just rewatching my own gameplay of Little Nightmares 2 here, and not to toot my own horn. I'm a pretty funny person. I remember I'm just watching my gameplay, and at one part I was just like fighting the Monster Six, and and I and I literally tried to hit the monster, and I was like, what am I doing? So I think I was just doing that for the laughs, and also maybe at the time I wasn't really thinking it through. I think maybe it's a spur of the moment. Sometimes my brain just goes into a lull, and I'm just like, what, let my intrusive thoughts win. And that's what it is. um, but man, Little Nightmares 2 made me realize that the audio team really stepped up their game in the second season. In the second episode. See, that's how you know I've been watching too much series and TV shows and movies growing up, because I call everything a sequel and everything a season. Anyway, yeah, the second game of Little Nightmares, the sound design is very, very well done. And I think it's to complement the themes of the story, where it's about the media, where he's fighting daddy television, where I give my the I give the villains. I don't really know the name, my own names, which I make up on the spot. It's not something I think through. Probably they have names, and I probably should look for the names. But the moral of the story is that for me, Little Nightmares 3 is going to be kind of the definition of what horror 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 games should be, in terms of how I'm expecting it to turn out. But all in all, from the first season and the second season itself, we already have had um, little glimpses of it being a very, very well done um, horror series of games that we play through. My hope is one day to get a Saw game, but you're never gonna get it anyway. Um, well, technically, somebody could argue that we kind of got the Saw character in Dead by Daylight, but I don't really count that, because that is kind of an amalgamation of all the killers and all the serial killers and all the bad guys in movies and TV shows that we know, including Freddy Krueger, Jigsaw, um, you know, uh, Jason, um, Mike Myers. Anyway, so Little Nightmares 3, I'm expecting it to be very, very good. It's kind of got the feelings of a dark, little, Little Nightmares, dark, Toy Story, from the baby doll that I was talking about. Obviously, it's not really going maybe the route I'm thinking it's gonna go, which is the whole like toys coming to life and they grow bigger. Um, um, but yeah, I think that will definitely be a main part of the game that they want you to focus on. That's why they kind of put it towards the end of the trailer instead of the beginning, because the beginning shows them walking through the desert line. I think the desert line is probably going to be some like transitional area. And then also, what I didn't really like about the trailer is that they showed us some part of where we're gonna go, which is I presume it's gonna be a daycare, but I don't really know where it's gonna be. It very much reminded me of the Nightmares 2, where we had to play the piano in order to run from the long arm lady, or the long neck lady. Sorry to say, sorry about that. Let me just rephrase that. Long neck lady. The long armed was in Little Nightmares, or I'm confusing the Little Nightmares now. But essentially, what it is I'm expecting the daycare part to be maybe a little bit minimal, but also maybe also a callback to Little Nightmares 2. While I don't really mind callbacks, I don't really like that a particular section is made for the whole, you know, the whole second Little Nightmares to be referenced. Obviously, in Little Nightmares 2, technically we partner up with Six, and obviously it's definitely a sequel because now Six is in technically the real world, and she teamed up with Mono, who became the tall man at the end of the game. Spoilers, sorry if you didn't know that, but yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be maybe the progression of Six, or rather maybe it's a new story. I don't know, because we don't know where Six is going. Technically, I mean, a lot of people say it's a prequel. I say it's technically a time loop, where Mono is always going to be Daddy Television, which is the person who's always going through the television to get his revenge on Six, and make Six the monster who stays in the TV and becomes the monster instead of him. But him being the kind person in his past life, the cycle is never ending. Is the juxtaposition there. So I think the end of Little Nightmares 2 was really, really interesting for me, because it really reminded me as well of a game I used to play called Henry Stickmin, where one of the endings is literally Henry being betrayed by the Top Hat clan. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a very big animation fan, and also I do love Flash games, because Flash games is an amalgamation of why I love animation. And also I was watching somebody watch animation versus mathematics or maths, and it was very cool to see. I mean, it's hard work to do animation, and I don't like that people kind of put it in a peg hole and say that, oh, animation is just for kids. But the amount of time you need to make the art, and you need to draw it out, and you need to make it frame by frame. I studied art in my foundation, and I knew how hard it was to do, because I was never an artistic person. I was a math person. I was more inclined to math, and I was always very jealous of my peers who were more artistic, because I was like, man, I wish I could do something like that. I wish I could draw, but obviously it wasn't just math. I like to write as well and read as well, because that was a fun thing to do to escape reality. But unfortunately, I had a crush on somebody, and the stories leaned more toward romance. And then when the confession came to be, suffice it to say, it did not end well. So it affected my writing, and now I'm trying to get my writing back. But no matter how hard I try, the writing just kind of escapes me, and I kind of just flounder, because as a writer, I think a lot of writers understand this as well. Writer's block is not something you can just break in a day. It has to be methodical. Obviously, some people can break it in a day and just write and write and write, but I need the experiences. I need the thoughts. I need the sources I can pull through, and me taking a step back from doing YouTube and doing all the media stuff that I've consumed over the years. I remember religiously watching SpongeBob and religiously watching Star vs. Force of Evil, the reactions I've done on YouTube, and just scrolling back, I'm just like, wow, I've really done something here, because I don't think I can do it again, because I don't think I have that energy that I can expend. But I do still like to do these things. I still like to talk about the shows. I still like to talk about the movies, and I still like to dive into how I think the story should be, or how I think it should have been. It's all the things I do want to talk about, because it's something that I think that could be very, very interesting to a lot of people, because what it is it's art. We can discuss art. Art is all about perspective. A great line in Ratatouille is you provide me the food, I provide you the perspective, by the food critic, Antonico. By the way, hands down, one of my best Pixar movies. I think I rank it up there with Up, as well as you know Coco. Um, I don't know, Toy Story. I mean, Toy Story 1. I mean, no, Toy Story 2. I rank Toy Story 2 higher than Toy Story 1, because of the scene of, what scene I'm talking about. The the toy maker doing the shoes of Andy. Wow. No, 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 sorry. Of Woody. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. C'est magnifique. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, so Little Nightmares 3, I do think they're gonna focus on what what theme do you think it's gonna be? Because I definitely think maybe the theme is gonna be, well, the first one was greed. Second one maybe consumerism, because of well, not really consumer. I mean, technically, the first one is about food consumerism, but the second one is definitely media consumerism. So if that's a through line, which is consumerism and just different styles of consumerism, maybe this is entertainment consumerism, in that we love to watch people perform, we love to watch people you know do stupid things, something like this. YouTube, talent shows, singing competitions, that those kind of things. Not really stupid things, but more of just presenting the best you can be, essentially, and maybe some prank stuff, those kind of things that kind of are perceived as a little bit stupid or silly, so to say. Not really stupid, but more on the spectrum of silly. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I just wanted to talk more about Little Nightmares 3 instead of just giving you that little short. I actually did record another session of me, but unfortunately, a lot of people are watching me now, so I am trying to censor myself more and more. So, if you go through my backlog, there is a lot of cursing. It's not for kids. This channel is not for kids. I just want to put it out there. It is for people aged 16 and above. Just putting it out there. I do enjoy the potty mouth, because it's essentially freedom of speech. I really do. I really feel that is an expression that you're allowed to say. It's an expression of feeling. It's an expression of something, a reaction which you cannot control, because that is what being human is about. It's about the experience. It's about the emotions which you feel. So you feel so visceral that you just have to curse. You just have to be like, what just happened? You can't comprehend it, so you just throw out a curse word. So, but I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to curse less. So, um, yeah, personal growth. But yeah, back to Little Nightmares 3 here, bringing it back to the point. I definitely think that Little Nightmares 3 is going to be one of the best, because normally I do tend to judge things more on the third one. I don't know why. It's my rule of threes. I do everything on threes. I give Football Manager 3 seasons. I give myself three chances. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that the kind of thing. I've lived on the three strike rule my whole life, so I think that's why I associate my life to the three strike rule as well. It's just something where I think it's just ingrained in me, I guess. But I do think that it's gonna be maybe in October. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it's gonna drop, but I know it's gonna be in 2024. My hope it's early 2024. But also, the artsy part of me is like, no, release it during Halloween, because it would be perfect for the Halloween scenes. And I think that Little Nightmares 2 was released around September, October as well. So I definitely think they did think it through to release it on somewhere nearing Halloween time. I don't know when the first Little Nightmares was released, but my thoughts are that the third one is probably going to follow the second one, which is probably September, August, around that area, so that it's nearer to Halloween, and so that you can enjoy it during the spooky time. But who knows? Who knows? My hopes for Little Nightmares is that they maybe go towards uh the fairy tale side of things. But again, it is about children's dreams, so I wouldn't put it past them. I'm expecting the new characters maybe to face off against animals that could eat you, interact with you. I know, and technically in Little Nightmares 1 we interacted with a rat and we ate the rat, but that was us eating an animal, what I'm saying? But I want that, horror of maybe a big dog or something, just like, ooh, right in your face, and you're like, ah. But I do hope that it's not too jump scary, what I'm saying? But I hope that they keep it contained, but just keep that thrill of like, oh shit, there's something gonna come, and there's something chasing me. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that would be possible, definitely. And I was just looking through my old gameplays, and I was like, oh, my voice is so soft, and I'm so sorry if you guys had issues hearing my voice, but I think I was so caught up in the game that I wasn't really thinking about my volume. I was just thinking about the game. But yeah, definitely something to think back about, and probably fix it for the next one. Probably it's going to be played on my PlayStation though, so it won't be played on my PC, because I don't know if I have enough space. Nor I think I don't want to stress my PC out. I just play it on the console, since I don't play on the console much anyway. So, yeah. So I'm really, really excited about Little Nightmares 3. I really, really love horror now. It's so strange to me that I used to hate horror. I think it was just because of my trauma. And sometimes I'm on the edge, of that trauma. Is that, I'm really, really scared that something could push me back towards it, and just like, oh no, I can't deal with it. But there are certain elements that would push me. I think that maybe the circus part would kind of be, because I remember being really scared about like creepy clowns, like clowns in general, not really, but like clowns in a dark, like, area, not well, like a dark circus, what I'm saying? Like, I remember going to like amusement park. Oh, it could be at amusement park, by the way. Well, I want to say that. Well, so back to my story. Like, when I was in an amusement park, it was dark. It was like almost nighttime. It was like, I think 7, 8, 9. around that time. And I remember seeing the lights and I was like, why is it so weird? Like, I mean, I know that, lights are supposed to light us up, but, this feeling, the creepiness, I just didn't like in the nighttime. And it didn't help that, the new, when I watched Us in like, on the computer, that, Jordan Peele made the amusement park kind of creepy as well. So I definitely think that maybe could be a potential for me to be scared about, but still exciting to see because I think that obviously watching some reviews as well has helped me overcome like yeah, thinking about it through, logically walking me through that. I definitely think that, it definitely helped in walking me towards something where I could live with that feeling of like, and it is scary, but if you really think about it, it doesn't really make sense. So, that really did help me. So definitely, yeah, that's why I got into reviewing. That's why I got into talking about movies in general. And, I was very inspired. And obviously, I I told some people about this, but I don't know if I told everyone about this. But I did definitely tell some people about this when I was in college. Going into university, and I remember it was my second year of my university, and I was at rock bottom, and I was thinking of it, but what brought me back was watching YouTube, and I think that stuck with me and it churned in my brain. And when I was really, really, really fed up with my degree, I just said, you know what, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose, and I just went for it. So it's a beautiful story, but yeah, it's a sad story in the same time. But anyways, back to Little Nightmares 3. I don't know why I went on attention. I'm so sorry. But back to my point of Little Nightmares 3. Just keep it. I don't know, because I definitely know they're gonna do a great job. Some people did not like the betrayal of Six in Little Nightmares 2, but I think that is important for kids to learn as well. That you can't trust all your friends. I think that's a very important human lesson. So the first one, the lesson was don't be greedy. But at the end, I think technically Six got what she wanted. Whatever. The technical storyline and the technical moral of the story there is don't be too greedy. Don't be too overgouging. Just don't look the gift horse in the mouth too much. Just take the gift and go. Saying. So the second one is about don't believe people. Don't trust someone too much. Maybe they could betray you. So first one greed, second one betrayal, maybe wrath. Technically wrath. I'm gonna go for the seven sins here. So we got greed, we got wrath. Maybe the next one is gonna be. The first thought in my head is sloth. I don't know. Maybe I'm a sloth. That's why. But it could be pride. It could be pride. It could be pride. Color schemes. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe if the second one, it's arguable that it could be technically sloth as well, because he's just sitting there doing nothing, and then after that he gets motivated. But that's why I say wrath, because he is still vengeful. So that definite is solid wrath for me. Maybe soft sloth on that. But the third one, maybe solid pride, soft sauce again. Maybe I don't know. Wrath, sloth, greed, lust. Um, Envy. Ooh. Hmm. Maybe second one could have been Envy. What else? Envy. Man, I'm having a bad day. I can't remember the seven sins here. Sloth, greed, wrath, envy, sloth, greed, envy, sloth, greed, envy, wrath, pride, um, pride. Oh, my brain is on vacation here. It's bad. Envy. I think it's pride, wrath, envy, sloth, greed, um, gluttony, gluttony, yeah, and gluttony, gluttony, and gluttony, and another sin. Ah man, I can't think of it now. I'm gonna search it up, and I'm just gonna be so mad. But I think it's one of the seven sins. But I mean, okay, so now that I said gluttony, the first one is definitely gluttony. I changed my thoughts. So gluttony, and then the second one is definitely maybe no, definitely wrath, and then the third one is gonna be pride, for sure. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna Google the seven sins there, and beat myself over it. So yeah, I do hate myself for that, but you know, it makes me learn better. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing, and yeah, talk to you guys later. I hope to do more of these. Actually, I was just thinking, like, should I do my old trailer reaction where react to a clip where I technically already watched it. I just kind of forgot what happened during the trailer, so I rewatched it. And yeah, I was just like, no, I don't think I want that, because I don't want the copyright, and I don't want to edit it. And I find that this is more to my speed now. That's why I'm definitely thinking about doing live streams, maybe even just stuff like this, vlogs. And I find myself doing the gameplays without my face cam is also fine. So I don't think that takes away from watching me. This is me playing the game. It's not someone else. It's definitely me, because I'm giving commentary at the same time. Because you hear my random babblings during the game. I never really talk during games, so maybe this time I have to improve on that. But yeah, I used to talk a lot during like TV shows, and always say to myself, no, he's not going there, there's a trap. And that's why I did the watch alongs, and I did the reactions, because I always talk during TV shows and movies, and I love to do doing that. So nowadays, it's hard for me to do it, because I mean, I think I reached a point where I could not do it consistently, and so that's why I kind of pulled back on it. But never say never. I'm keeping the door open. I hope that someday I can come back to it, but for now, I don't have enough the time, enough of the energy. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited for Little Nightmares 3. I hope it's coming out soon. I mean, it's 2024, but it could be mid, it could be early, it could be late. I think it's mid to late 2024, but yeah, who knows. See you guys again, hopefully very soon. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe and share the video. Bye.